This is a real-time audio interaction application where I'll be using my keyboard, mouse and graphical user interface inside the application to demonstrate this application for you. In total we'll be having 6 examples, 3 examples in AM audio synthesis, 3 examples in FM audio synthesis. There will be 3 graphical user interfaces, 1 being slider graphical user interface, 2 being custom value graphical user interface, 3 being pre-installed value graphical user interface. Slider user interface would be changing the slider and changing the value depending on what the value of the slider is. Custom value GUI, you can put your own values into the graphical user interface to change the values of the code. The pre-installed value GUI, there will be values pre-installed into the application itself. Also, you can use different keys to change the different waveforms. You can toggle between sine wave, square wave, triangle wave and saw wave. Also, I'll be using the mouse as a value. I can toggle whether I want to use the mouse or not. I can toggle whether I want to use the x-axis values or y-axis values. Changing each example can show on the left which example it is, example 1, example 2 and example 3. Moving on, you can go to custom value graphical user interface, pressing 2. You can input your own value, whether it may be 500 or let's say 10. On top of that, you can see on the left the graphical user interface type is input custom value GUI. Moving on, pressing 3 will put up your pre-installed value graphical user interface. As you can see here, graphical user interface type is pre-installed values graphical user interface. You can change between example 1. As you can see here on the left, you can see the values. Example 2, on the left here you can see the values. And example 3, on the left here you can see the values. You can use the keyboard 4, 5 and 6 to change between different graphical user interface. 4 being slider, 5 being custom value, as you can see here, input custom value, and 6 being the pre-installed value, and you can see the example here which is 3, and you can change 1, 2 or 3. Moving on, you can change different waveforms, whether it may be sine wave, square wave, triangle wave or saw wave, using the button 7, 8, 9 and 0 on your keyboard. Now I'll show you different waveforms and what they'll sound like. Example 1, this is a sine wave, as you see here, waveform sine wave. If I press 8, it will be square wave. If I press 9, a triangle wave. If I press 0, it will be a saw wave. If I press the M key, I can toggle to use the mouse positioning as a value. If I press that, currently I'm using the x-axis. If I move along the x-axis, as you can see, the my sine value changes if I move left or right. If I press the Y button on the keyboard, I move along the y-axis. This will change the value of the my sine value whether my mouse is on the y-axis. If it's on 430 on the y-axis, it will go to 430. If I want to take it off, all I have to do is press O as in off, and it'll take off completely. As you can see here, use mouse as position as a value inactive. And using the mouse positioning, I shall press M, and then after I can change the different values in the my sine. As I go down, it sounds different. If I go up, it also sounds a bit more different. If I press the X, it will change on the x-axis. I get more of a different sound than I do on the y-axis. And that is the end of that. This is my advanced audio visual project real-time audio interaction application. I hope you liked it. Thank you.